What's up guys, this is Valentina with Bigger Creations, and I make videos about how I produce my own music and give you quality production tips on things that I've learned throughout over 10 years of producing my own music. So if that sounds interesting to you, consider hitting that subscribe button, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and make sure you got notifications on so you don't miss future videos. Today, we are talking about fundamentals. I'm gonna break down the stock EQ plugin inside of Logic and show you exactly how to get those crispy, airy R&B vocals just with EQ. So like I said, I'm going to show you how to get those crispy, airy R&B vocals starting with EQ. So first, I'm going to give you a preview of what the song sounds like, fully mixed vocals, and then I'm going to show you the raw vocal and how we can make it better with EQ.
I've been thinking we could take a flight tonight. Take me to the ocean, sleep in waves tonight. I've been thinking we should do a honeymoon. Oh, I feel like I just fell in love with you. Oh, yeah.
If you want to see the breakdown of how I made that beat, I'll link to the video up here. Let me show you the raw vocal. So here's a copy of just the raw vocal. Let's solo it and let's listen to what it sounds like by itself.
I've been thinking we could take a flight tonight. Take me to the ocean, sleep in waves tonight.
So it's a clean vocal. We've already gain staged it. Let's add an EQ. We're just gonna open up the EQ. And what I'm gonna do to break this down for you is actually show you two EQ steps. The first one is going to be all subtractive EQ, and the second one is going to be additive EQ. And that's where you start boosting frequencies that you like. So let's start with taking away the frequencies that we don't like.
Thinking we could take a flight tonight. Take me to...
See how there's some unnecessary low frequencies here? We don't need our vocal to be sitting down here. That's space for our kick, our synths, our bass. All those kinds of things are going to be living in somewhere in this area. So let's do a low cut filter. I'm going to adjust this here. And let's drag it all the way to somewhere around the 250s. I think this should be enough. Basically what we're doing is we are subtracting all of these frequencies right here.
I've been thinking we could take a flight tonight. Take me to the ocean, sleep in waves tonight. I've been thinking we could take a flight tonight. Take me to the ocean, sleep in waves tonight. I've been thinking we could take a flight tonight.
So you can see the difference, even just moving from 250 to 312. Obviously, it depends on how airy and how light you want the vocal to sound. Let's start with it around here. That should be enough, but you'll already notice the difference where if I take away the EQ that I just subtracted, then it sounds a lot more muffled. And that's just because we have lower frequencies in there. So before,
I've been thinking we could take a flight tonight.
after.
Take me to the ocean, sleep in waves tonight.
Already sounds crispier and I didn't have to boost any frequencies. So huge, huge, huge difference. Again, you can decide how aggressive you want to be with this, but I think this is a good starting point. If we find that the vocal begins to be a little bit too thin, then I will actually tone it back. And in fact, maybe I'll tone it back just a little bit, maybe in the 260. All right, then we're going to do the same thing on the high end. Now, we don't want to take off too much because obviously we want some crisp in the vocal. Okay, so let's take out just a little bit here.
I've been thinking we could take a flight tonight. Take me to the ocean, sleep in waves tonight. I've been thinking we could take a flight tonight.
So not being super aggressive here, I'm just taking away the frequencies that our ears can't really hear, but it takes up space. So let's get rid of it and let's make the vocal really crisp and clear. The next thing we're gonna do is actually frequency hunt. In order to really hear the frequencies, you have to exaggerate it. So let's pick a frequency and let's just spike it up and let's make it not too wide. And that way we can pinpoint the sound that's actually in that frequency and decide whether we like it or we don't like it. And if we don't like it, let's bring it down. So I'm gonna play the vocal and then I'm just gonna use this knob right here to go through the frequencies and choose the frequencies that I don't like. And once I find the one that I don't like, then I'm gonna put it down by a few decibels. So let's take a listen.
I've I've been thinking we could take a flight tonight. Take me to the ocean, sleeping waves tonight.
So I really don't like that frequency. It sounds very muffled and like in a box. So let's lower that down.
I've been thinking we could take a flight tonight. Take me to the ocean, sleeping waves tonight.
Okay, let's grab another point here. We're gonna exaggerate it. Let's make that really steep. And let's look for another frequency that we don't like.
I've been thinking we could take a flight tonight. Take me to the ocean, sleeping waves tonight. I've been thinking we could take a flight.
And notice we're decreasing by about 3 dB. Just kind of depends. Again, this is just a listening game. There's no science behind it of like, oh, you should reduce it by X amount of decibels. It's really just based off of the individual recording and what you're trying to accomplish. So just use your ears. If it sounds better with it that much lower, then put it that much lower. I'm gonna boost another frequency and let's see if we can find another one we don't like.
I've been thinking we could take a flight tonight. Take me to the ocean, sleeping waves tonight. I've been thinking we could take a flight tonight. Take me to the ocean, sleeping waves tonight.
Okay, so let's listen to what we have so far. So far, we haven't boosted a single frequency. We've only subtracted frequencies that we don't like. Let's see the difference. So before,
I've been thinking we could take a flight tonight. Take me to the ocean, sleeping waves tonight.
Already sounds so much more clear, so much light and airy, and especially once you start adding reverb and saturation and delay to this vocal, and of course some compression, it is going to be so smooth, so silky, but so crispy as well, which is exactly what we're looking for. Okay, let's see if there's anything else that we want to take out here. I'm gonna boost this up.
I've been thinking we could take a flight tonight. Take me to the ocean, sleeping waves tonight. I've been thinking we could take a flight tonight. Take me to the ocean, sleeping waves tonight.
Okay, I think we're set for subtractive EQ. Now what I'm going to do is pull up another EQ, and the only reason I'm pulling up a different one is because I've already used most of the bands here. So let's just put in another instance of the channel EQ. And now we can focus on boosting the frequencies that we actually do like. So let's take another listen. The way we do that is the same as before. We just boost up a frequency and search through and see which ones we actually like.
I've been thinking we could take a flight tonight. Take me to the ocean, sleeping waves tonight. I've been thinking we could take a flight tonight. Take me to the ocean, sleeping waves tonight. I've been thinking we could take a flight tonight. Take me to the ocean, sleeping waves tonight. I've been thinking we could take a flight tonight. Take me to the ocean, sleeping waves tonight. I've been thinking we could take a flight tonight. Take me to the ocean, sleeping waves tonight.
So let's listen to it before and after. So this is with no EQ, raw vocal.
I've been thinking we could take a flight tonight. Take me to the ocean, sleeping waves tonight. I've been thinking we could take a flight tonight. Take me to the ocean, sleeping waves tonight.
That sounds fantastic. Obviously, there are a lot of other things that need to happen to this vocal, like some compression and some de-essers and maybe a little bit of saturation. But just with the EQ alone, I'm going to add some reverb so that you kind of get an idea of how this is coming together and how much of a difference the EQ is actually making. So this is the vocal with no EQ.
I've been thinking we could take a flight tonight. Take me to the ocean, sleeping waves tonight. I've been thinking we could take a flight tonight. Take me to the ocean, sleeping waves tonight.
So there you have it, guys. That is the beauty of EQ. It's super simple, but taking the time to look through those frequencies and decide which ones you don't like and which ones you do like can really make a huge impact in your vocals and any track for that matter. Now that you've got EQ on your track, you're ready to add some compression, you're ready to add some de-essers, maybe some saturation just for some style, and there you have a wonderfully mixed vocal track. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you found it helpful, please make sure to hit that thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss future videos. And if you want me to continue in this step of what I would do next after this EQ, let me know in the comments and I'll make another video breaking down what I would do next on this vocal. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, if you ever have any questions or want to see more content, check me out on Instagram. Keep making beats.